Challenge. In this video, I'm going to share with you how marriage has changed my life from bad to good. After getting married to my one and only special wife, the least expected marriage will shape me to this level. The moment you start living with your spouse, change is inevitable, because if you marry a wife, there is a likelihood there will be positive changes in your life. However, if you marry a knife, the possibility of having negative changes is very high. So guys, let's delve into it. First and foremost, marriage has changed my life in a positive way, that I now have respect for feminine opinions. I grew up having in mind that women do not actually know what transpires in real life. They make decisions or opinions based on emotion. So I had it in mind that as a man, there are some decisions that I have to take alone, not considering or factoring the feminine side aspect of it. But after getting married, I have come to realize that no, my better half also have a point in whatever decisions I have to take. So sometimes after consulting my wife with regards to certain decisions, I've come to realize that her side of input that she brings on board sometimes overrides mine. And it goes a long way to bring a positive outcome. So there was this instance where I was supposed to escort a friend to a place. And at the last minute, I had to leave and come and meet the friend for that particular meeting. And all of a sudden, I received a call from a friend and he told me there's no need for me to come again. Meanwhile, I had already cancelled all my appointment and stuff. So I called my wife and I narrated the issue to her. And she was like, okay, don't worry. God knows best. I was like, what do you mean my God knows best? I had to cancel all these things just to make it for this friend to get what he wanted to have. And after planning and everything, he just called me and said, there's no need for me to come again. I was pissed off. But from what my wife said, I remember she was telling me, okay, don't worry. Since the appointment has been cancelled, why not come home? I came home, I was peeved. Next 2 days, I called and apparently that particular interview, the person I was supposed to go and escort was arrested. Yeah, she was arrested. I don't know. But from that day, I started respecting the opinions of my wife. I started acknowledging her instincts. And anytime I tell her something and she comes in with something special, I get to know that no, this is my better half speaking. So I've come to respect the opinions of women, especially my wife. Next is, it has made me focus in life. Unlike when I used to be single, a lot of resources that I have, I had to channel it through girlfriends and other outing and all sorts of things like that. But now most of my resources are channeled to something beneficial. So my time, my everything is geared towards something profitable. Now I don't waste money, and I think that has been something beneficial to me. Now every bit of my resources is channeled either into projects or in something that we can reap in the future. Unlike when I was single, you spend because you think, oh, you are alone, and the next day you will get it. Next on my list is team player. I have come to learn the skill of being a team player. So most of the things, unlike when I was single, I used to take decisions on my own, and it's like I am the boss. If I say yes, it's yes. But after marriage, I've come to realize no, I am not in this ship alone. Though I may be the captain, but I still need my other half to help me coordinate the other aspects of this ship. So there is the need for me to be a good team player. Every decision I take, I make sure I consult my wife. Everything that is needed for the progress of the family, I make sure I bring her on board. And being a team player has actually given me the insight that you don't carry the load alone. So the load is not carried by one person, and it is actually a stress-free strategy. Next is family oriented. So every decision I take, I make sure I think about it. What ripple effect is it going to have on my family, my wife, my child, and the unborn children that are about to come? What are the effects? So instead of having just a small garden, I'll rather make it a big farm. So I have decided to go into farming, where I am making it a point that I will grow crops that can harvest for a family of 5, a family of 6, a family of 10, where there will not be shortage. So just like the Maslow hierarchy of needs stipulates, I have to make sure there are basic needs available for the family. So before we give birth to 3, 4 children, there must be a source of food. And that is the vision I'm having. So every decision I take, I make sure, how is it going to affect my wife positively or negatively? And that alone has actually shaped me to think into the future. Most of my decisions that I take are decisions that probably maybe I will be thinking about when I'm 50, 60. I'm taking those decisions now in my 30s. And I think it's something that has come to benefit me a lot, because I anticipate what might happen in the future and I take decisions based on that. Next is easily forgiving. So growing up, I was the type who would not just easily forgive. The moment you step on my toes, I am the one who hold grudges with you. But come to think of it, after getting married, the only person you are in the same house with is your wife. For how long are you going to say I'm not talking to you? No, it's not going to work. So I've come to realization that, okay, fine. Instead of holding grudges, why don't you let it go? And that, I have seen a lot of improvement in my life, because the moment she does the thing, quickly I get pissed off. I confront her, she says sorry, and then we move. I've also come to realize that no, it's also good for me to also say sorry. It is not always she saying sorry, because sometimes I'm the one who causes the things. So I have come to realize that no, easily forgiving keeps the home going. And anytime there is beef or something in the house, Charlie, the house becomes some way big. So why don't I let it go just easily? And we bounce back to the smiles and the other thing. Next is, my wife is the curious type, and she wants to be abreast with current issues. So sometimes she takes you by surprise. She asks questions and you go like, where did you hear this one from? So as a man, if you are not able to get answers to certain questions for your wife, it goes a long way to affect your ego. So I've come to realize that no, there is always the need for me to be ahead of my wife. So I make it a point that I'm always getting knowledge. I'm always learning. I'm always getting abreast with trending issues, what is happening, so that in case she comes in and asks, I am more than 100% ready to answer her. Yeah, so it has opened up the avenue for me to acquire more knowledge. Yeah, and I think I love that. Lastly, I will talk about spiritual responsibility. Most often, when I was growing up, it's like when you get married, it is the wife that has to do all the prayers and all those things. But come to think of it, I have come to realize that no, it is not the sole responsibility of a woman or of a wife to be praying for the husband. The husband also has a spiritual responsibility to play. So I have actually used myself as an example to be the watchman for the family. So instead of relying solely for my wife to be praying for the family, no, I will pray in my corner. I'll make sure I am praying for the family, because just like sometimes I get tired and I come to the bed and I sleep, she also sometimes comes to the bed and jumps and sleeps. So there must be that backup for everyone. The day she is not able to pray for the family, I must stand in. When I am not able to pray, she also comes in. So I've come to realize that no, spiritual responsibility is also a factor. And I think that is that. So guys, these are some of the things that marriage has actually done to me or has impacted into me positively, and I think I love how I'm being. For now, it's for the best, and I actually appreciate it. So guys, thanks for watching this video. You can also share, comment, and like, and let's continue to motivate and inspire each other. I am out.